Good morning, friends. Good morning. Lovely to see you all here. I know that some of you are still joining. How's everybody? Hello, Oriel. Hi, Devi, Leslie, Lizelle, Millicent, Ronald, Zubaida. Welcome. Um, yeah, happy Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah. And it's washing day for me, and I don't know if my washing's gonna dry, and it's causing me a bit of a headache. Washing day. So yeah, Josie these days, if you see the sun, it's like, wow, there's the sun. Anyway, I suppose I should get a dryer, but these things are also expensive. Let's take a moment and just settle our nervous system and let go of our negativity bias, right? With every breath we can take and let go and take in inclusion. It's a big word, right? Inclusion and equality. It seems to be in the Western world something that's fading. I don't know, but let's rebuild it. Let's let South Africa teach the rest of the world how it's done. All right, let's settle our nerves today. Let's breathe in slowly through the nostrils, breathing in, and then slowly breathing it out the nose with control. Good. And another slow breath in through the nostrils, breathing in. And then slowly exhaling it out the nose with control. And then last big breath, breathing in through the nostrils. Opening the mouth and gently sigh the breath. Yeah, good. A nice good morning breath. Settling the mind and getting us ready for the day. Good morning, Devi. Welcome. Welcome to everybody. I see it's a good day to be here. It's a good start to the day. And it's Mark Joseph here. I think you may know by now from Mindful Revolution. So the topic for today, and it's a short little session, as we know, our little sunrise session, is navigating negativity bias. All right, navigating negativity bias. What is bias? Bias, here's the definition. All right, it's a particular tendency or a trend or an inclination or a feeling or opinion, especially one that is preconceived or unreasoned. So here's the example: illegal bias against older job applicants. Okay, the magazine's bias towards art rather than photography, or a strong bias in favor of an idea, or unreasonable, hostile feelings or opinions about a social group, prejudice, and accusations of racial bias. So, are you a victim of bias? Let's paint a picture. Are you currently experiencing bias in any shape or form? And here's your color: green, no; light green, a little; yellow in the middle; orange, yes; and red, very, very strongly. Lots, plenty. What color would you be today? I would say I'm a light green in terms of experiencing bias. And maybe you want to share what bias is it that you are currently going through? Maybe that's a bit of a stretch for you today, but you could just share your color and that's enough. I'm a light green. I'm going through a little bit of bias, okay? A little bit of bias. And yeah, it's interesting. It's not really affecting me too much. Is bias affecting you at the moment? Doesn't seem so. No one seems to be commenting. So then maybe you are free from bias, right? Maybe you're free from bias. Huh? Are you? I hope so. I hope so. Bias against you, right? Let's have a look. Sam, you're a green. Oh, good. Plain and simple green. Thanks, Lizelle. Lily's a green. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. Maybe I should flip it around. Are we being biased against other people? Maybe we would rate ourselves agreed because we wouldn't know, right? Most of the time, if you are biased, you don't know. Okay, you don't know. You don't know at all. That's what we call Unconscious bias. Okay, let's go to that. Let's go to that. Unconscious bias, right? Unconscious. Have you ever heard of that? And there's a big part of unconscious bias called confirmation bias. Okay, this is really interesting. You will always find evidence for what you believe. And it's really interesting. I don't know about you guys, but there are big fights going on. Have you seen them on social media about American politics, about Ukraine, about Russia, about Israel, about Gaza? You know, big fights, right? You get these people with an opinion, you get those people with an opinion, and then you get people that are influenced. Their opinion is supported and encouraged. And it depends on what news you watch, right? If you watch this channel, they're going to tell you a story. If you watch that channel, they're going to tell you another story. And those stories are different, right? So it's so strange, like where people get their information from and how it can be so radically different from another information source. And these are professional organizations that give you this information. And then that feeds into what we already feel or believe. And that belief could have just been from some random algorithm that we liked. And then all of a sudden on our social media, it just kept feeding us more and more of the same thing. And that's how our world could have been created. So where are the roots of bias? Where does bias come from? It comes from liking something. It comes from listening to something. It comes from reading something. And where else does it come from? That's the trick question. Where do you think our bias comes from mainly? Anybody smart enough to try and give that an answer this morning? And you're welcome to unmute. Where do some of your bias come from?
I would like to say cultural bias, like.
Yeah, thanks, Lily. Cultural.
Yeah.
So you're saying maybe the culture you grew up in?
Yes, the culture and the surrounding, also like the environment as well. You know, not necessarily the culture only, like, but basically in general, the background you grew up on. Yeah, it influences or it roots of some of our bias. You know, conscious or unconscious. I would like to believe that.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think that's the answer I was looking for, Lily. Thank you for that. Really smart this morning. And Lily's had her coffee or tea, you know, you can tell. Thank you for that. Yes, our culture. Our culture and what is made up of our culture is our school, our place of education, our church, our community, our race, our parents, our aunties and uncles, everybody that had an influence on us because we believed what they say. But we don't doubt it. I mean, you don't really, unless you are shown clear evidence that your mother and father are wrong, you will believe what they say and you will believe what your church tells you. Okay? We don't question these things, right? And a lot of that has caused a massive problem in South Africa. But we had great leaders. And those leaders pulled us out of a lot of trouble, you know, otherwise we'd still be stuck in apartheid, stuck in discrimination. And I know we still are in many ways, but it's a lot better. So your focus determines your reality. And I know this is a wonderful quote by George Lucas. What are we focusing on? Are we focusing on the bad news? Are we focusing on the good news? Or maybe we don't care. So the confirmation bias plays itself out, and we can see it, right? Even during the pandemic, people were saying the vaccine is going to kill you. People were saying if you don't take the vaccine, you're going to die. Now they're saying that the vaccine is causing death. You know what I mean? Like, it's so interesting to see what people believe. And in terms of navigating negativity bias, this is, for me, a game changer. The highest form of intelligence is the ability to observe without evaluating or judging. So, yes, you put your hand on the stove, it's hot. We know that, right? That's a judgment. It's hot. I burnt myself. Okay? All right? It's hot. The weather is hot. It's hot today. We know that. Or it's cold today. Okay? That we can make a valued judgment. But if you think somebody that's living in London, been freezing, or they come from Russia, they come to a South Africa day where we are complaining about cold, they're saying the weather's nice today. So it's all a point of reference, really. Okay? So we can judge hot, cold, whatever. But also when people are going on about what they believe, we can look at it and go, okay, well, I recognize that I have bias, and I'm going to remove myself from the evaluation or the judgment. Yes, there it is. I'm judging them, but I'm going to try and practice curiosity. And we call this a skill. It's actually a form of intelligence called intellectual humility. And it's the ability to empathize. It's the ability to not get angry when someone has an opposing view to you, where you feel a sense of bias towards them. And maybe their behavior is triggering your bias. Your perspective matters. Their perspective matters. Okay? However crazy it might be, we can say, I can understand how you see it that way. And your perspective matters. Okay? Even if maybe we don't understand. That is how we build trust. And especially in the workplace. We might have a disagreement about a project or how things are done or something in the workplace. But to say, I can understand how you see that. I don't agree with you. There's a wonderful thing that South African politicians use. I agree to disagree. I think it's such a diplomatic saying, right? I've heard it so many times. I agree to disagree. I've heard it so many times. I agree to disagree. It's a gentle form of expressing our resistance, but your voice matters, okay? Everyone has something to say, and it matters. And that is how we build trust. So we're building trust, and trust will destroy bias, okay? If we're trusting somebody that's different from us, someone that speaks different from us, someone that's got different ideas to us, if we really want them, if we really want to win them over, what's the best thing we can do? Is try to understand them and not necessarily agree with them, but to show them that what you say matters. Okay? Even if you think it's wrong, even if you believe it's wrong, it matters. And to make them feel that way is going to build trust. From there, you might win them over. You might change their worldview, but you're not going to do it by calling them stupid or calling them bad. Okay? We're not going to do it because it's just going to entrench their bias even more. They're going to dig deep. They're going to get stuck in it because they're going to say, I now am being threatened by you, and this, I'm going to stand my ground against you. That's not the way to win, dear friends. That's not the way to win. The way to win is to practice curiosity. Albert Einstein said, I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. Walt Disney said, we keep moving forward, opening new doors and doing new things because we're curious. And curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. It opens doors for us. It creates abundance for you. The last one, curiosity will conquer fear even more than bravery will. Don't you just love that?
I do very much.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
Thank you. Yeah. So we got 1 minute left. And what are we going to do today? We're going to take a pen and some paper, or you're going to open up a Word document and you're going to write down what bias you might experience today. Let's be honest with ourselves. What is our bias today? And maybe we do this at the end of the day. Don't forget. Take a screenshot if you want. But we are going to write down what we are biased towards today. Maybe it's one thing. Just try and stay aware. Try and be curious. And then on the other page, inclusion. Okay? Bias, diversity, and inclusion. I think that, please God, let this stay in our world. Don't let it be destroyed by politicians. Bias, diversity, and inclusion. To recognize bias to appreciate diversity and to practice inclusion. So how can I practice inclusion today? Who can I include today and make them feel safe and they trust me? Okay? And it's quite simple. It's quite simple. I've managed to do this in 15 minutes, but that's our homework. That's our little goal for today. Okay? In navigating our negativity bias, because I promise you, dear friends, we are all have bias. We all have bias. Okay? Recognizing your bias is like waking up from sleeping. And that's going to change your life and the lives of other people around you. Okay? All right. I see my time is up. That is all for today. Have yourselves a wonderful Tuesday, and just contemplate, how does bias affect my happiness? How does it affect my relationships? How does it affect my mind, my thoughts, and my world? Is it positive or is it negative? And is there something I can do about it? All right, food for thought. Thank you so much for attending this session today. Thanks, Alta. Lily, thank you. It was so wonderful to hear your voice and your laugh. Precious, thanks. Yes, Oriel, thank you for always being so supportive. Sam, thank you. And please come, dear friends, and encourage your friends. Lazelle, thank you so much. Appreciate you too. Please encourage your friends to join these sessions, because if you do, these sessions will grow and we can give you more for your day. It's like food for the day, food for thought, good food for your mind. And for a happier, healthier existence. Take care, dear friends. Thank you. Thank you, Sam. Alta, thank you, Althea. Yeah, thank you so much. Nomfundo, thanks.